Well, hello guys. Welcome to this lesson. This is Blake Riedel's class, so Mr. Riedel. I hope you guys are ready. This is interesting. It is our third day here in class. So it is week one, lesson three, and I am excited to have you guys to watch this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Again, this is week one, lesson three, and today we're going to be covering a little bit of bullying. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started on the bell work. So your bell work for today is explaining what a bystander is. Please explain in 2 to 3 sentences. And again, it is what is a bystander, and that is in reference to a bystander watching bullying. Okay, so in your best words, give me 2 to 3 sentences of what a bystander is, and then we will continue from there. I will let you pause the video, and then I will start lecturing right after you pause. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to pause, and then we'll continue again. Okay, thank you so much for doing your bell work. I'm very excited that you guys were able to get that done. And without further ado, let's get into our PowerPoint presentation. So again, we're just going over school and classroom safety. If you have any COVID-19 symptoms, don't come to school. You guys are e-learning, so that is not a problem for you. There will be random temperature checks if you do come back on campus, and there will be temperature checks to come back in the school. You guys will receive COVID-19 training, and make sure you're keeping proper hygiene. Wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, that thing. Stay 6 feet apart. Avoid sharing devices and supplies. In here, in brick and mortar school, there's one-way traffic pattern. So for whatever reason, if you have to come visit another teacher, or for me for that matter, follow those dots and arrows throughout the school. It will be keeping us all safe, okay? Remember to use hand sanitizer, and you guys will be socially distanced at the best ability that we can. And finally, wear a face mask. If you do come into school, wear a face mask, okay, guys? Also, if you're in contact with sick people, don't come in, cover your nose, avoid touching your face, wash your hands with soap and water, stay home when you're sick, and clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. That goes for you, e-students. Make sure your house is clean, make sure you're disinfecting, make sure you're still safe. We're trying to stop the spread and slow the spread of coronavirus, okay? So we're going to get into our learning target today. Today we're going to understand bullying concepts provided by the district that will allow you to stand up against a bully as a middle school student, okay? And this applies for Polk County. And to be successful today, we want you to apply what you learn from this lesson in real life. So this is not theoretical, this is real, this is something that you can use in your life. If there's any questions, always feel free to email me or message me on Schoology. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about bullying. We don't have a slideshow about bullying, but I want to make sure that we're clear that we're talking about bullying. I want to make sure that we understand that bullying has a lot of standards that needs to be met for it to be considered bullying, but it is also one of the biggest problems, especially with its prevalence in the middle school population. Okay, so I want you to understand that not every single incident is an incident of bullying. Sometimes somebody might have a bad day and do something not nice to you. They might say something mean to you. But we also got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe it is inadvertent, right? It becomes bullying when it is a repeated action over and over and over again, okay? So there's a lot of criteria that needs to be met. So I'm going to let you guys pull up the worksheet. It is the Wednesday bullying worksheet, and it looks basically like a kind of like a survey with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? and it has all these numbers that you answer. So when you're doing that, go ahead, fill it out truthfully and correctly. Think about how much the person is a bully. Um, Answer the question with one student in mind. So if you know a student that, let's say, for example, I'm Mr. Riedel. There is another Mr. Riedel at McLaughlin. So I might be thinking of him whenever I fill out the survey, right? So think about the same student the whole time, okay? If it's a student that's giving you trouble, write them in. If it's not a student that isn't giving you trouble, just think of somebody who is a student, and fill this out based on them. Okay, and this will be page 7 in the handout. If you have the whole handout, it will be attached to this lesson. So for you students going through this lecture right now, it should be there attached. It should be enabled. You should be able to download it and edit it as you please, okay? I also apologize. I want to take this moment to apologize. Monday, my assignments were closed. So if you entered into my class on Monday and for some reason you couldn't submit an assignment or a worksheet and you couldn't access the course material, I will be excusing you from that because that was my fault. If you do want to, though, go ahead and go back, take a look at it, and fill it out if you can. I would definitely say fill it out if you can. It's going to help you to be able to be on pace with the rest of the class. But as far as I'm concerned, those of you, I will make an exemption for you for Monday's work because that was an issue on my end of things. Okay, so if you haven't already, pause this video, go ahead and do the "Can you recognize a bully?" sheet for Wednesday, and we'll come back and we will talk about it on the other side. So I'm going to give you a 5-second pause and then we'll continue on with the lesson. So pause your video, and once you're done, you can start playing it back again. Okay, well, I'm glad that everybody has completed their worksheet. I just want to ensure that you guys are indeed completing this correctly, so I'm going to go over it with you. So I want you to add up the score of every single question that you may have selected, right? And once you add up that score, you're going to look at it. You're going to determine how many points you have. Now, if somebody has 27 points or below, the person is probably not a bully. I want to highlight the word probably. Again, they may be unpleasant. They can definitely communicate and hurt your feelings at some times, which is still unacceptable, but it's not necessarily bullying behavior. Okay? If a person has 28 to 35 points, that student may cross over at times into bully behavior. They might not necessarily be a bully exactly, but they might struggle with bully behavior. So let that student know about that, and keep your cool when you're talking to a student. So if you chose somebody who really is genuinely picking on you, let them know that what they are doing is wrong, and if it continues, be sure to notify a teacher. Be sure to notify the administration. You can tell me at at Blake-Riedel at polk-florida.net. Especially because it may sound weird because you are online students, e-students, right? But there is online bullying. So if somebody is picking on you on Facebook, on MySpace, on Instagram, on Twitter, it is still not cool and it is still not acceptable. And I just want you guys to know that. So feel free to notify me if that is the case, and we will still have administration deal with that. And there is consequences for bullying, okay? And so if you have a 36 to 42 points on your paper, that person most likely is a bully. You don't want this person to ruin your life, or you don't want to ruin their life, right? Because bullies do need help. So get them help. It says get him or her some help. So if they have anywhere from 36 to 42 points or above, they most likely fall into the category of a bully. Make sure to get them help as well as yourself help because you deserve it and they deserve it. I know that it is hard to hear that sometimes, but bullies usually typically bring some issues of their own into the equation. So they definitely are eligible for help. They definitely need help, okay? Um, so, with that being said, I want to have a little disclaimer here. Uh, this is not necessarily a scientific study, but the higher the score, the more likely you are needing to talk to somebody about this individual. Remember, no one deserves to get bullied. You don't deserve getting bullied. They don't deserve to bully you, and it's not right. Okay. I want to also add another disclaimer. I'm not a behavioral specialist. I am reading this lesson plan, which was given to me from McLaughlin's staff. So I am not necessarily a professional. However, I am here to help. Okay, so again, if you experience bullying on a regular basis, if you ever experience bullying, even if it is just an isolated incident, please let me know because I want to be able to notify administration and notify the proper resources to get you the help that you deserve, get the bully the help that they deserve, and hopefully make a change in both the victim and the bully's life. Because you do not deserve to be bullied. You are valuable, you are talented. Everybody has a talent, everybody is valuable, everybody has an intrinsic worth, which means an innate worth. They were born with that worth. So don't let a bully take that away from you. It's not worth it. Don't allow it to continue happening because they are belittling you. You don't deserve that, and a bully also doesn't deserve to have the leisure to or the desire to. So overall, I just want to highlight that. So again, we are coming towards the end of our lesson. But really quick, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to have a reflection. Okay? I want you to draw a picture that represents the most interesting thing you've learned from this lesson. So, draw something maybe about stop bullying, right? Similar to the slide that we have over here on slide 8. Maybe potentially you want to draw the peace sign, right? You can draw whatever you want. Those are just suggestions. They're not required. You can draw whatever you want that represents you the most, and it represents the lesson that you learned from this lesson, from the week 1, lesson 3 lesson about bullying. Okay? So draw a picture. For you online students, if you can draw a picture, that would be great. I would love if you have that ability to. Maybe you have Microsoft Paint or Illustrator or something like that. If you don't have the ability to draw a picture, go ahead and write what has been the most interesting thing you've learned from this lesson. I'm going to ask that you have multiple sentences because I want you to write what is the most interesting thing and then explain it. It doesn't have to have any other requirements other than that. I just want to see a complete idea. Okay, so if you have the ability to draw, go ahead and draw. If you don't, just go ahead and write a little reflection, 1 to 2 to 3 sentences, however long it needs to be so that I get the point. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in to week 1, lesson 3, Mr. Riedel's class. Again, my name is Blake Riedel. Feel free to email me if you have any issues that need resolved, if you want to report bullying, if you need help with a bully. Again, I'm not a professional, but I will be able to help send it to administration. So again, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any issues, feel free to let me know via email, and I can also provide other additional contacts for you if that is necessary. So go ahead and finish up your ticket out the door. And with that, this lesson is pretty much over. So thank you so much again for tuning in. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic workflow at the rest of your classes. I hope that it's going great for you. I hope this year is going great for you. and I can't wait to hopefully see you back in person. But if not, we'll continue this e-learning thing. I'm getting the hang of it, you're getting the hang of it, and it's working out pretty dang well. So thank you so much, and that's it for this lesson. Thank you.